Well, I managed to drop and break my Zoom Q8. I'm absolutely gutted. This is so frustrating. So I'm now using my Zoom Q2. You'll see it up there. It's a much older camera, and I can't link my XLR to this camera. So I'm recording the audio on the H6 and the video on the Q2. I won't know what it's like until I'm editing, so I'm not expecting much. It's probably better than this one because this one's what you call broke. This is going to be frustrating and interesting. And I'll be using this Sennheiser e614. It's a small diaphragm condenser mic. Mostly it's used with drum overheads or on pianos or guitar cabs. But I want to see what it's like when I'm recording my saxophone. I wouldn't like to talk into this because small diaphragm condenser mics are notoriously bad for plosives, so I'd have to use something like that. No, I actually think it looks quite funky. Looks like a 1970s haircut. Ha! I love it. Also in this video, it's a mouthpiece update. I'm using my Miami Dukoff D7. It's been stuck in the middle of a drawer somewhere in a box for like 30, 40 years. And now I'm lucky enough to have this thing and own it. As you can see, I've got this matte black Saxxas Winslow style ligature on it. I'm using a strength 2.5 reed. So this video is kind of 3 or 4 things all thrown together. I'm using my H6 recorder. I'm using this Q2 camera. I'm going on to my Dukoff D7. Let's hear what this sounds like on this saxophone with this microphone. So there we have it, people. That was the Sennheiser e614, the small diaphragm condenser mic. The sound for the tone I'm going for works better on these small diaphragm condenser mics than it does on the large diaphragm condenser mics like this one. This is the NT2A. Great mic, great for vocals, great for instruments. But the sound I prefer is on this because I'm going for a particular sort of clean, crisp, brighter, edgier sound. And this thing is very small and compact. I think they retail around a couple of $100. So it's not exactly cheap, but it's not a bank buster either. But my overall feelings are that small diaphragm condenser mics work really well when recording saxophone. Because when you're blowing a saxophone, there is a hell of a sound coming out at the end of it. Even if you're playing quiet, it's still quite a high impact that's going to hit the microphone. And this thing handles it really well. It's got a great sound. This is something I would highly recommend. I hope there's been something of use for you. Maybe you're looking to record your saxophone and thinking to buy a microphone, but don't know exactly what to choose. Hopefully this saxophone recording series that I'm doing will help you make that choice. If not, that's okay. There's plenty of microphones to choose from. I have to say, I'm really loving these small diaphragm condenser mics. Spoiler alert, there are more to come. That leads me on to my next thing. This, the Dukoff Miami D7 from the 1970s in absolute pristine condition. And while I was in Sweden last week, I called into the music shop as usual to go and get some reeds. And I was looking around and this was in the display cabinet in its original box. And I figured to myself, wait a minute, this was not there last time I was here. So I asked the guy, I said, where did you get this from? How long have you had this? He said, we just bought the remaining stock from an old shop. And this had been left in a drawer or a cupboard or a box somewhere for about 30 to 40 years. So that's the history of this. It's a brand new, old stock, as you might call it, original condition. It looks like it's just come out of a time machine from the 1970s. It's incredible. This is an absolutely fantastic mouthpiece. It's got that sound that I like, that high frequency buzz in the tone. It's a wonderful mouthpiece for the sound I'm going for. It was like a light bulb moment went on. I just knew something was different about this. Now, on that note, thank you very much. Bye for now.